Alright, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're starting off very quickly because we had the players wait for a little bit because the stream was getting set up. Hello everyone, welcome to seed what I believe is 31 against 30, if not 32 against 36.
32 versus 36.
Yeah. With me here I have Yellow Jello, good morning, hello, how do you feel about this man?
Hello, hello, good evening. It's a beautiful 10 PM at the moment over in Australia. Feeling good. Pretty interesting matchup we got here. LaZR versus Metridium. Played with LaZR before. Both of these are quite interesting plays in that they've got pretty much identical skill sets, as far as I'm aware. Two tapping mechanics plays against each other. But looking at the first pick here, which is Metridium's on the Nomad 5, looks like LaZR's got an early lead here. Holding a 400 combo. Does find the drop though.
Yeah, Metridium did have a lead in the early game, but then proceeded to drop on a tapping pattern. And LaZR does have a bit of a recovery combo. He has that core, but with Metridium slowly building up, having better accuracy as well than Laz does, it is going to very slowly creep over to the right side here, back to the picker.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty wise pick from Metridium here, considering LaZR did have much weaker reading scores in quals than Metrid. Plus, I think LaZR is a pretty vocal, not a fan of no-mod when it comes to the reading. We'll see if it pays off though. His combo is in the lead, so it should recover slowly.
Yeah, Laz also did ban Hidden 2 earlier, which we didn't get to see on stream, but bans our last Hidden 2 Metridium Hard Rock too. So picking reading makes complete sense, and as we see, Metridium does find a break. Laz on an actual front foot here, has combo advantage, has not accuracy advantage, but it is very close. And that's
I mean, it's a 50k lead. Towards the end of the map, I think it might just be sealed.
It might actually be. This does look very hard to come back from. 130k difference at this point, getting closer to the end of the map. It may be impossible. And are we gonna see a breakpoint right off the bat on the first pick?
Looks like we are. Pretty impressive from LaZR. Is the upper seed to be clear, but it is by a very small margin. Only 3 players between these two when it comes to the seeding.
So that is a breakpoint for Laz, getting a breakpoint on the first pick on a skill set we also thought was a little favor towards Metridium here. Not sure what they're gonna do next. I think, as you mentioned, both are tapping players. I think we will see Nomad 2 at some point in the match, maybe later, because I don't know if these players want to go into that early on because of how risky it is, but it could be a possibility. We could see something like Arjak 1.
I think we're gonna see the Nomad 2 offer it. That's my personal opinion. We'll see what happens, but...
Yeah, I mean, Nomad is not a bad pick, to be fair. It's always a good pick for both players, and we see DT1 instead.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
Wasn't expecting DT1 of all maps.
Yeah. This is the 10.3 consistency test. It'll be pretty interesting to see what both players do. I know for a fact that LaZR can play the 10.3. We'll have to see if this case is the same for Metridium here. Looking at their qualifiers scores in this, Metridium 24th seed versus LaZR at 17th seed, about 100k advantage for LaZR on the DT1. Notably, that one was much more tapping intensive, but they did still have pretty similar skill sets in terms of what they were testing, so I think this is a pretty solid pick from LaZR here.
Yeah,
wasting no time getting straight into the pick.
100k score difference also isn't that much. This is definitely not a complete loss for Metridium, I feel. But it is going to be definitely a hard pick to win. As we get into the map, we see a little bit more instant comfortability from LaZR, but very early on, we don't see any early breaks either. But that accuracy currently is a massive advantage for red side.
Especially considering the 1.2 multiplier on DT. 100k is a bit smaller than it looks. Does end up evening out because both players have it, of course, but ends up being more like 80k when you put it on no mod.
As we get into the first sort of a little faster section, we still aren't seeing any breaks. So the accuracy lead has calmed down. Laz is closer to Metridium. Around 5k score lead for Laz here, but that can't
Yeah,
change.
it's only slight. But it does look like he's doing a pretty solid job here. Getting close to that 97% act, but Metridium is catching up, as the lead does swing here.
Yeah, accuracy on Metridium side goes back, and now goes back to Metridium again. The score keeps going from one side to another because of the accuracies.
Yeah.
As we're halfway through
LaZR
the
just
map.
dropped about a full point of back, from 97 down to 96 here. So Metridium's taking the opportunity and just running away with it at the moment. But it is extremely close.
Yeah, this can swing at any moment. I feel like this is a who breaks first situation, because if
Yeah.
both these players FC, then obviously it can go to either side. They have virtually the same accuracy. But
Seems that
if
both
one
players are
player
quite
breaks-
confident. There's only, what, 2k in it? There's pretty much no difference in the lead right now.
Yeah, I mean,
This
if
could
you
even
look-
go down to a double FC with how things are going.
Yeah. If you look at the bottom, you can see the scoreline having what is best described as a spasm at the moment, with it going from one side to another very quickly. So
I'd
think,
call the seizure, but...
yeah, Metridium finds a break.
There's the other one. Oh, okay, that's big! And the lead just bursts out to LaZR's advantage instantly. 50k, 100k, 150k, not quite as LaZR breaks, but the point is all but sealed for him.
Yeah, that single break from Metridium, and it instantly goes to LaZR's side. Kind of what would you expect on a map like this? That's a little simpler, but it is what it is. LaZR is going to be taking his own point first and getting a 2-0 lead.
Definitely what you want to see if you're LaZR, but we'll have to see what Metridium has in his pocket here. I am interested to see if he tries to opt into the tapping himself here, or if he has a couple other tricks up his sleeve. The Nom 5 unfortunately didn't work out for him. Did lose by about 100k there. If he's looking to continue on that reading angle, he could look for maybe the DT3, maybe the... Can't look for the hidden 2, but has other options, maybe alternator, maybe tech if he wants to look into more gimmicky options, but we'll have to see what he's feeling.
So we see Nomads 3 get picked, going into a very... I believe this map is somewhat flowy, if I'm not wrong.
This is very snappy. This is... I believe it's done in swing rhythm, so it's about... What's the base BPM? If it's...
128 somewhat, I believe. If that's like the base.
It's 98 base, which means it's about 150 when you convert it to swing BPM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So this is
swing
your
is-
extremely snappy, sort of back and forth alternator map.
Swing is a very different skill set from what we've seen until now. We've seen low BP, like not low BPM, but low AR tapping. We've seen high AR tapping. Now we get into swing, which I do believe Metridium has a pretty good chance on. There is always a possibility, but it's going to be hard. This map is hard to be consistent on, I can imagine, due to the nature of swing maps overall.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully to see a good performance from him here, certainly. To start bringing back these points. A 3-0 lead is certainly not what we want to see here. If we're Metridium.
I mean, in a matchup that we're in, that being 32 against 36, seeing a 3-0 is incredibly discouraging.
Absolutely. And look, seeds don't always tell the full story. There's certainly a couple of players in this stage that might attest to that, but
Yeah.
I think this is about as close as it's going to get in terms of good, proper, honest seeding in this tournament, so we'll have to see if it's just a bad matchup for Metridium or if we can start taking these points back here as we get into the number 3.
We're not seeing any combo or accuracy drops here. Both players looking somewhat comfortable. We see a first 100 from Metridium, but so far nothing too much happening. This is a little on the longer side. It's definitely going to be a
Yeah.
bit of a consistency test as well for these players, especially that accuracy. I feel like this map is going to come down to accuracy, if anything, because of swing being swing and how long this is. But we'll have to wait and see.
I could potentially see this coming down to combo. I will say Metridium's cursor movements do look a fair bit more confident. LaZR's just out of the gate. He's certainly much more snappy on these notes. And we do see an early break from LaZR here. Accuracies are identical, but ooh, Metridium does trade.
Not what you want to see, being given an opportunity here to make up a score lead and then breaking. But we get into the TI, we're not seeing any other breaks so far. LaZR recovering while Metridium not finding any more breaks after his first. Even through these snap patterns does not break. And both players holding throughout this entire KI, no one breaks.
Alright, going into the flow section here. Both players hit it. Get into a slow section here, so both players will have a bit of time to build up their combo. About a 10k lead for LaZR at the moment. About 1.5% accuracy ahead. Metridium once again going to have his work cut out for him here if he wants to take this point.
1.5% is a lot of accuracy to make up. As if both of these players do hold, I believe that LaZR has this point kind of in the bag. But as we've seen, this map's not easy to hold consistent combo on. We've seen both players break very early on as well. So now we just have to go through, see if there's going to be any other breaks. Doesn't look like it so far. We do see a couple of close calls with very edge-aimy cursor from Metridium and LaZR. But no breaks, a little bit of accuracy drops as we get into another KI. LaZR finds a break!
Critically right before the KI, and now we have to see how much Metridium can sustain this combo. The lead hasn't quite gone over yet, but it swings now, and it's going all the way over to him. Can he hold this on for much longer?
He has also built up a lot of accuracy. The accuracy difference has gone from a full percent to only 0.5%. We see them hit the flow patterns. And now Metridium very much in the lead with a very comfortable 750 combo, almost really good accuracy as well. Outscored by LaZR for now, but the combo here is what's really carrying Metridium. 1/3 of the map left. If Metridium holds, this map is sealed. But there's a lot of patterns here that they can break on. Are we going to see them FC the rest of this? Are we going to see them break, or are we going to see a comeback from LaZR into a 3-0?
And it's going to get pretty difficult here. It's not like the map drops in difficulty at this point either. But with another drop from LaZR, looking like Metridium has this one in the bag.
Yeah, both in accuracy and in combo. LaZR's accuracy has been very quickly dropping lower and lower, while Metridium has just gotten way more accustomed. Holding accuracy, holding combo, staying very consistent, and that break from LaZR, even though Metridium breaks, I think kind of sealed the deal. 150k difference on a map like this in a 1v1 when you have barely 1/6 of the map left, and a break as LaZR does is nearly impossible to come back from. And I think Metridium is going to break this streak and is going to get his point on the board, going to 2-1 here.
For sure, and that's got to be a breath of fresh air if you're Metridium. Taking that first break point, you might have been a bit nervous that you might not have had what it took to get this pick, but absolutely proving himself here. A beautiful 500k, looking to bring it up to 550 before the map ends. We'll see if it gets there.
Very much on the road to do so. Is there enough density in the map yet? No, there is not. He's going to be ending off with 540k. Very close, but he does take the point, and that's all that matters in the end.
Yeah. And a beautiful S rank there. Did find those early misses, but none of them were on circles. Pretty confident from Metridium, if you ask me.
Yeah, very comfortable point here.
Does make you wonder if he's going to go into the DT3 for the next pick to continue on the ult. Alternatively, could look into the Half Rock 3 as well. There's a couple of options here for him. But LaZR wasting no time, going straight into the NM2. Wants to pull off the tapping picks for himself. And this is where the match gets interesting, because as we discussed earlier, both of these players are probably most comfortable on tapping mechanics. Metridium was probably slightly worse, like ever so slightly worse in the qualifiers when it came to performance. but it was pretty much neck and neck.
Yeah, this is also a lot of this is a lot easier than qualifiers was. I feel like this is an accuracy battle incoming because I don't think we'll see a break. This is a very highly possible double
Ooh.
FD, and if that is how it's gonna go,
yeah, but you know, it's how long? It's what, 4.5 minutes? Any ship miss could really just do a lot of damage to either player here.
that then depends. That then depends. Are they going to be consistent enough? We have seen them being pretty consistent overall, especially Metridium on the Nomad 3 now. We saw the DT one as well. But we'll have to wait.
Yeah.
The 180 BPM stamina. Let's see how this one goes.
To be fair, this is the first map where both of them are really showing off what their best at, quite frankly. I haven't seen any pure tapping picks or pure stamina picks quite yet, so this will be the real test, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And we get into the streams here. We don't see any major accuracy drops on either side. 3 100s on the blue side of Metridium, 100 on LaZR0. But both players very comfortable so far. Both of them very comfortable on these XLDs. So LaZR0 finds a break. And that is very detrimental to him. That's going to give Metridium a lot of space here despite his lower accuracy.
Yeah, it's early enough that it's not quite going to be lethal, but it's something you certainly don't want to see in a matchup where both players are as confident on tapping as these two are. LaZR0 does fortunately have that accuracy lead, still holding that 99.3. It looks extremely confident in terms of its tapping form, but is finding some misaims here as he drops another combo. Metridium now with a 500 combo lead.
Combo lead and a very close accuracy. It has gone again to a half percent accuracy lead for LaZR0, which is not too much when you're down 500 combo. So now Metridium is gonna be able to run away from this. Does not miss on these Axel D-cell streams. Both players finding breaks, no combo anymore. But Metridium has done what he needs to do. Breaks again. And
but a 40k lead, it's not that much when you consider Metridium is finding some chain misses here. Had an act drop all the way down to 96 while LaZR0 is holding that 98.5. Coming out of the gate with a slight combo advantage is going to do a lot of good for LaZR0 here. And with another break from Metridium, LaZR0 is back in the driver's seat.
yeah, LaZR0 just needs to hold here. Even if he does a break, he has that insane accuracy lead now that Metridium dropped. And that accuracy alone could swing this to the other side, but we get into another Axel
The lead's down to 10k. It's about to swing any minute now with no drops. Yeah, goes over to LaZR0 here. We'll have to see if both players can hold through this KI.
It does look like Metridium's stamina is sort of decreasing by now. He has been dropping a lot more 100s on these later streams than at the start of the map. They do get a little bit of a rest here, but LaZR0 with almost 99%, a 600 combo almost, is going to be an insane wall to climb, and it's a very uphill battle for Metridium. Even if LaZR0 does find a break, this is still a very hard position to come back from because of the accuracy that LaZR0 has.
For sure, in a 1v1 like this, where these accuracies just matter so much when combos are tight. Sure, LaZR0 had that earlier drop where Metridium was about to build about a 500 combo advantage, but sustaining this 200 combo lead from LaZR0 is about all he needs when he has this much of an advantage in accuracy. Building back up to nearly 99 once again.
Yeah, score lead for LaZR0 is 60k. It is slowly increasing as well. Metridium finds a misaim, and LaZR0 is now just walking the red carpet to the win of Nomad 2 here, as there's very little possibility for Metridium to come back. 100k score lead for LaZR0. This is near impossible.
Absolutely. And LaZR0 just gets the strutted stuff here. Show us why he's so confident in those Nomad 2s. See if he can seal it here. Not quite a full combo, but a 600k would be a pretty respectable result. 578k. Not far off at all.
Still a very much respectable score here with 99% accuracy.
Absolutely. And considering 2 of those 3 misses were in the first probably minute or 2 minutes of the map, it is a quite a strong, resounding score from LaZR here.
Yeah, definitely a good pick here, especially that accuracy, which heavily carried LaZR0 in the first half as well to not be too behind. As
For
now we wait
sure.
for another pick from Metridium. What do you think they can pick
Yeah.
here?
I mean, we have to see. He goes for the hidden one. We don't have to worry about thinking about it, quite
Damn.
fortunately. Looking for that hidden name.
I mean, it's a
I do
good
like
pick
this, quite
though.
frankly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think LaZR's weakest skill set is probably hidden. If it's
You
not
know,
low AR, just in general. Yeah, hidden is probably his
judging
weakest skill
by
set.
judging by what he's saying, I don't think he likes it.
Yeah, it looks like Metridium might have found an angle in here, and he quite needs to. LaZR with only 2 picks left before he can take this match to the bank.
Yeah, I feel like this is a pick that's going to be very favorite for Metridium. We saw the hidden 2-ban from LaZR0. We've not seen any other hidden picks, we've not seen the hidden 3 so far, but this is very much a Metridium favorite pick, as LaZR will have Heart Rocks later on as well, which I'm waiting to see get picked.
Yeah, and I mean, quite frankly, this is the first match of the tournament. This is sort of the first look at all the players get at, like, how the field is sort of performing. Seen pretty solid scores wholesale from both LaZR and Metridium in the number 3. Solid performances in the number 2. And now we get to see the hidden one, which is not Lillian. Let's see if we can fix up that background there.
The Noma 2 and hidden 1 at the same time, I see.
Yeah, I mean, LaZR is just protesting. He really doesn't want to play the hidden one.
Understandable, honestly.
Yeah, just give
There
him a
we
run
go.
back, why not? Alright, in we go. And it is an early accuracy lead from LaZR here, but combos aren't too deep in, so it shouldn't matter too much.
Apparently, Metridium found a break as well, according to Tosu. But I don't think that's accurate because the combos
I think
are
that's
equal.
Bancho, yeah.
Yeah,
Combos are equal.
Yeah. And there we go. Accuracies are also basically equal, I believe. It is going up
It's
and
about
under.
0.5? Yeah, it's nothing crazy. Both players getting into this first PI comfortably. No one drops in the first spike. Ooh, Metridium with the first break.
That break is not what you want to see on this map. This map is not the longest. This is only give or take 2 minutes.
Not at
2.5.
all.
Which,
We're pretty much halfway through the map here.
yeah, especially with a lot of these wide angles that are easy to break on. If Metridium breaks again on any of these, it could be detrimental. LaZR finds the break instead though, and it does give Metridium a little bit of a comeback opportunity. Never mind, he finds a chain miss.
Absolutely not what you want to see. He had that opportunity to take that combo lead, but unfortunately ends up passing it right back to LaZR. On the spike here, LaZR does find a drop, but there's only an extremely slight combo advantage for Metridium here at about 100.
Yeah, Metridium does have a chance here. There's a lot of map left,
Yeah.
and if LaZR finds another break, it's absolutely doable, but that's not what you want to see, a double slow slider.
Right before the slow section. What can you do?
And Metridium misreads as well on these overlap, and that is very much not what you want to see. LaZR finds a break as well as we get into this last PI. I'm not sure if there's enough density for Metridium to bring this back, but there's certainly a chance there is. He does have an accuracy lead as well. The score is slowly decreasing, and if LaZR finds another break, it could be entirely doable here.
Yeah. Ooh! And while it was only 25k, double break from Metridium and LaZR looks like it should seal things up. In lieu of nothing but chain misses from LaZR here, it looks like Metridium's taking another breakpoint. Yeah, LaZR 4-1.
That is just a very tragic score. That seems to be all up on the first miss that Metridium got. If he didn't break there, it could have been entirely possible to win this. But it is what
For
it
sure,
is.
you gotta be kicking yourself after that one.
See, LaZR does win the point. Is on match point now, has basically the entire world open to them. I can very easily see DT2, Hard Rock, any Hard Rock, honestly.
DT2, Hard Rock 1, maybe even Nomad 1. It's pretty high BPM. Could even be looking for that Nomad 4, considering how LaZR had a pretty impressive Nomad 4 performance in the qualifiers.
Yeah, it could just be kind of anything. LaZR just
Yeah.
has every option under the sun.
It
Could
seems
maybe
like he's
even go
probably just going
DT3
for the
even.
DT though.
Yeah.
I
Could go
I
DT3
don't
for
think
the
there's a world
funnies
where he goes
because that is the
DT3.
funny map, but I don't think we'll see it, unfortunately.
If he wants to pass back the point, like, hey, no worries.
I mean, he did win the first low AR map that we saw, so it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
is
then
Hard
lost
Rock
the
Speed.
alternator map.
True.
So, yeah, okay. Does go for the hard rock speed here. I think that's a pretty wise decision from LaZR0. Looking to seal it
Yeah.
up here. This is match point.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like LaZR0 is a little more consistent on the AR10 and above, seeing the DT3 Hard Rock 2 band from Metridium. Can very easily go to LaZR0, but I don't think that Metridium's lost completely here. There is always a chance, especially in these early rounds where the SR is low enough for breakpoints to happen on kind of just anything.
Yeah. To be fair though, it has looked like LaZR0 pretty much had Metridium's number this entire match. Metridium was much stronger than Nemo 3, but we really have to see him take it back here. The seeds aren't that far apart. We should be able to see him perform here. Unfortunately, it is LaZR0's pick, so we'll have to see if he can fight what's going to be an uphill battle here.
Oh my god, LaZR0.
Oh,
Hit it one
LaZR just
time.
doesn't want to play the maps.
It's a good kid song. I understand it.
Hey, I
I'm
mean,
hanging up, like,
it was ecstatic after his last one. He just wanted to play it again.
that's fair
It's what
enough.
it is. Getting into the hard rock through though, we'll have to see if this is the correct play from our LaZR0 here. Looking like it should be, as he's about 3% accuracy up coming out of the intro.
Yeah, looking very much in his favor, but not a sealed deal yet. This map is very short. This map is around just 2 minutes, barely.
Yeah.
So very much
Absolutely
anything
not.
can happen, but that accuracy is insane on LaZR0 here, as Metridium doesn't really have anything to match. It does find a miss aim as well, and LaZR0 now...
Right as it swaps into the swing section.
Yeah, this is a section I think Metridium should be doing better on, seeing how the No Mod 3 went, but we are seeing both players hold, accuracies dropping left and right. LaZR0 finds a break as well. So Metridium
And the
does have a
combos,
chance.
the accuracies are even. Metridium does have a chance to bring us back here. Provided he keeps a cool head, this could be his. Only 50k in it.
Yeah, that swing section really helped Metridium out. That's something he's been needing the entire match. LaZR0 finds another break. Hold on, Metridium might actually bring this back in a convincing fashion. He also has higher accuracy now.
Provided he can hold it out here. This map doesn't exactly let up in pace. He is ahead, but he needs to maintain it. It's not like LaZR0 has no combo at the moment.
Is Metridium gonna hold it through this entire section?
Only a 20k lead. He has to hold.
Does not get slow
Looks
side,
like he
does
might
not
have
get
it.
caught off guard by the 1/3. He actually holds, and the score lead grows.
And this is going to be critical. The LaZR drop seals it. Metridium takes the point, 2-4.
Of all maps, taking a breakpoint on Hard Rocks 3 is not what I was expecting from Metridium.
Oh,
That's an insane score as well. That's a
zero
really
miss.
good score.
Yeah. Guess the 0 miss. Not quite necessarily because of the accuracy, but nonetheless, no actual misses on circles. And we'll have to see what he goes for here. I think you should go with the alternator plan, considering the alternator section there might have just saved his life. I think you go for the DT3 here.
Yeah, I mean, what other option do you have besides DT3 realistically? Because I don't think either player wants to go no mod 1. No mod 4 is favored towards LaZR0. Not sure about Hard Rock 1.
I think LaZR might be feeling the number 1. Yeah.
Yeah, Hard Rock 1 is very much up in the air because I feel like LaZR0 should be better on it, but we just saw what happened on Hard Rock 3. Which, to be fair, could have entirely been caused purely by that swing section.
Oh, I'm surprised. Metridium does end up going for the number 1. Banking on his mechanics here to take this point away. And I mean, this does have a little bit of 220 tapping, I believe in it, but it's pretty much completely aim focused. 200, 220, something around that range.
Yeah. I mean, it's entirely possible at this point. We
Yeah.
saw
And this is
breakpoints
a...
be taken on maps we didn't think they'd be taken on.
Yeah, and it's certainly a risky pick, all things considered. But I mean, that's just kind of how this match goes, right? Considering how close the seedings were, either players could have this one. Getting into the point here, have we swapped Pop? There we go, beautiful. Alright, hoping to see Metridium seal his third point here. Otherwise, LaZR might just take this one home.
I will say I'm very surprised we're not seeing DD3. That very much feels like a point Metridium wants to go for, but here we are with
so, but maybe you might just think that that No 5 hit tanked his confidence.
That could be the case, yeah.
I will say I'm almost certain that LaZR is breathing a sigh of relief that it wasn't picked, quite personally.
Most likely, yeah.
But maybe it's misplaced. If Metridium takes this point, LaZR has certainly got a reason to be sweating, as we could just be going to tiebreaker.
I mean,
LaZR once again more confident in the accuracy though. Yeah. As we get into the first PI.
Not sure how much accuracy is going to matter on a map like this, where it's realistically more so about who breaks first because of the consistency on aim. Both players SS the burst at 220, but yeah, no breaks. Metridium finds the first break, and now LaZR in the lead with 99.5% accuracy.
And holding for that KI, if he locks it out here, he might just have it. Yep, getting into the slow section. No signs of slowing down from LaZR here.
This is looking like a massive mispick here by Metridium. LaZR looks way more comfortable on this than we thought he would be. As no breaks, 99.7%, only 2 100 so far.
Yeah, to be fair, LaZR is certainly no slouch in the normal ones, but I think Metridium was banking on the fact that they did have the seeding advantage on the normal binding qualifiers, but not quite pulling off the score he needed here. And look, map's not necessarily over yet, but with a 200k advantage in the favor of LaZR, 99.5% accuracy, still holding on to that full combo. LaZR looks like he's taking this one, but not... Doesn't quite get full combo, but... No, I don't believe there's any time left. 300k to make up.
I feel like Metridium would have needed to break way earlier, or been holding way better accuracy to bring this back, but at this point, there's just no density. There's not enough nodes in this map to bring this back, and this is gonna be a point for LaZR and a victory for him to move on to the round of 32.
For sure. The match wraps up in LaZR's favor, and we will see LaZR moving forward into the winner's bracket. Metridium certainly showing off some promise. Had angles in pretty much all of those maps as far as I'm concerned, but a couple unlucky breaks just not quite doing the job for him.
Yeah, Metridium showed insane potential on all of the swing maps and sections, as we saw with our Drug 3 and Nomad 3, but unfortunately does not manage to take the map and the match, and we'll be ending off here with LaZR winning 5-2, moving on. Thank you everyone for watching. It has been a pleasure. My name has been Foxy. I've been here with Yellow Jello, and we'll be seeing you next time.
Yeah, good to see you. There are plenty of matches being streamed tomorrow, so hope to see you around for some of them. Thank you.